Dragget show, the show you know you'll love. We hope you stick around for the madness because we got all sorts of surprises coming your way. You'll hear of them all if you decide to stay. Welcome to the Dragget show, we got tons of laughs to spare. We're aiming for 10,000 subs, we said we're almost there. When we reach it, we'll throw the coolest cock of all. We'll celebrate year of pirate and blood ritual. Welcome to the Dragget show. We brought that booze to share, and enough cherry cola to make the problems disappear. We got fizzy cherry cola, the blood ritual, dick-shaped things, and so much more. So sit back, relax, crack open a beer, cause she's Zanny the Blue and Alkali's not here.
Thank you!
AV, good to unplug.
Welcome to the Dragget Show, that's Dragon Affair Together. I am Zanny, this is Alkali.
I'm not here.
And we're at First Square. Woo! Finally again.
The Dragget Show's home convention, that's right, if you're a Dragget and you had a weekend free, you show up to First Square. Why? Booze. It's booze.
Usually, yes.
We wanted to give our good friend Status one more shot up here. They have a beautiful, beautiful opening song, but they also have been doing concerts recently, and I have not been able to attend a single one. So, Status, may I have my own private concert, please? I'm not stuck up. Go.
Play for me.
Play for me.
Anytime, I take commission.
If you pull grapes from under there,
If I pulled grapes from
jump it.
I'm cheap. Apparently, I've become the theme song dude in the fandom, which if I had a nickel for every time I wrote a theme song for someone in the fandom, I'd have 2 nickels, which like isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. So I'm gonna sing someone else's theme song now. And I'm out of tune, so hold on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just for the audience.
Professional.
Professional.
There's 104 days of summer vacation till school comes along just to end it. So the annual problem for our generation is finding a good way to spend it. Like baby, building a rocket or fighting a mommy or climbing up the Eiffel Tower. Discovering something that doesn't exist or giving a monkey a shower. Surfing tidal waves, creating nanobots, locating Frankenstein's brain. Fighting a dodo bird, painting a continent, or driving our sister insane. This could possibly be the best day ever. And the forecast says that tomorrow will likely be 1,000,006 times better. So make every minute count, jump up, jump in, and seize the day. Let's make sure that in every single possible way, today's gonna be a great day. Crossing the tundra, building a roller coaster, skiing down a mountain of beams, devising a system for remembering everything, or synchronizing submarines, racing chariots, taming tiger sharks, constructing a portal to Mars, building a time machine, stretching a rubber tree, or wearing away on good stars. This could possibly be the best day ever. And the forecast says that tomorrow will likely be 1,000,006 times better. So make every minute count, jump up, jump in, and seize the day. Let's make sure that in every single possible way, today is gonna be a great day. Let's put our heads together and design a master plan. We may miss dinner, but I know Mom will understand. We've got our mission and suppliers, yogurt, gumballs, and desire. Got a pocket full of rubber bands, a manual on handstands, unicycle compass, and a camera that will focus, and a canteen full of soda. Grab a beach towel, here we go. This could possibly be the best day ever. And the forecast says that tomorrow will likely be 1,000,006 times better. So make every minute count, jump up, jump in, and seize the day. Let's make sure that in every single possible way,
so much, my
Thank
friend.
you.
I am so glad we.
That was awesome. Thank you.
You're wonderful.
Give it up for Status. Woo! This is the Dragget Show. We like to start with something like that.
let's just say what
We
everyone's
can.
thinking. This is the Dragget Show. There was the real talent. Now you got to put up with us.
That
That's
is
how
a
this
talk
works.
and try to be funny. Yay!
Thank you all for joining us. We hope you're enjoying First Squared so far. Is everyone having a good time? I need to know. That's the beauty of First Squared. You see, there's something we do at First FurCon, that you make your own fun. And at First Squared, nothing is more appropriate, because the amount of sealed coffee cups I see wandering around those hallways means you're all making your own fun and can be lit on fire from 4 feet away. So cheers.
Liquid fun.
Liquid fun.
Liquid fun.
That has so many connotations.
Anyway,
What?
yeah. The theme is conspiracy, and oh my god, I'm having so much fun watching the theming and the red ropes of everything being connected in the hallway and everything.
Oh my, that board outside. So the hotel actually came like, oh my God, you guys are so into this. This is so great. You understand that if you turn our hallways into a giant spider web, we're going to murder you. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. They're going to do it, but we'll take it down.
What, you're just uncomfortable with all the connections they're making, or you just can't handle the truth,
You can't
man?
handle the truth.
Man.
Oh my God, furry art? Oh, the string doesn't lie. Oh.
I want someone to put the strings up and then someone have to figure out what the connections are and how it all fits together, man. Exactly.
How it all fits together. So this is conspiracy. So as it all fits together in the context of the con?
Yeah.
Do you think that like the story of the origins of the con is being told in the string?
If you look close enough, yeah, of course. It's
Well, you
there.
know, if there's someone or anyone who would know exactly how to read the strings, I think it would be your two con chairmen. Are we ready for our first guest? It is an honor and privilege to introduce your co-con chairman for First Squared. Give it up for Draggor and MLW!
Coach on persons for realsies.
Coach on person.
Yes.
Perfect. Enjoy putting your butts on candy.
Oh yeah, this is Candy the Couch.
This is the first time I have been intimate with Candy.
Bullshit.
I gotta figure out microphone.
No,
It's
no.
this one here.
Capital C Candy, not candy in general.
Thank you. I got it.
There you go.
Okay, figuring out. Oh, there we go.
As Annie just hits ML in the face with a microphone.
These
No
things
comments
happen.
on being intimate with a capital C candy.
Speaking of liquid fun, how viscous?
Look, not as bad as the screen in main events.
I didn't know this was a casting couch situation.
So, between conventions, we have a wonderful tech team, and they told them, who then told me, hey, just so you know, there's some schmutz on the projector for main events, which is not what a con chairman hears. What we heard is, there's some schmutz on more than $1,000 worth of a single piece of equipment. And thank God they were wrong. There wasn't anything on the projector. If you're in main events, go take a really close look at that screen and realize why fog machines are an art, not a science. Some other convention used I don't know exactly what it's called, but an oil-based fog.
Yeah.
So the entire screen looks like it was at a sex party and hasn't showered yet.
Now,
It's got Jackson Pollock tar.
Jackson
see, we're back to liquid fun. The viscosity is paint.
Oh, good. Oh, joy.
Almost.
I did.
The best part of this whole thing was we're going through and doing all of our inventory. So everything's been packed away. This screen packs down, it goes into this case, it goes into this box, it gets put in the back. So we're going through and opening it, and we open it, and on top is a letter that I wish was taped to the case and not in it, which said, hey y'all, someone didn't tell us they were using an oil-based thing. You probably want this cleaned ASAP, and the date was a year ago.
Oh no.
Okay.
Running a convention is fun until you're running it.
Can confirm.
Yeah, that's right. So, Emil, before this, for convention-wise, what positions had you held at conventions?
Mostly artist alley staff. That's where I lived beforehand too. Just selling art and then running, selling art, and then art director here, and now this.
It all escalates. It escalates fast. So
That's
you're not seeing it.
That's an elevator. You're just like, top floor.
Wait a minute. That is maybe one of the most modest responses I have ever heard. So behind the scenes, yes, Emil had those official titles, but the way you get to this is making the mistake of showing off competency and responsibility in front of the wrong people. So Emil, like, just a bunch of tasks end up getting done over the past several years, and it's like, well, who did that? Oh, Emil. Oh, that wasn't their department, but it's great, awesome. Hey, who did that? Emil, that's a different department. Wasn't their thing, but that was great. Hey, who did that? So a pattern emerged.
Oh, did you need string?
Would you like to do more stuff?
I just imagine the string just spells out con chair now.
Oh no! It all comes together.
So because Draggor obviously set this up, how'd you pop the question? Because we're first squared, and it's never just straightforward. It's usually something insane. Also, be careful about falling back on the couch. You would be our fourth guest to go backwards.
Candy's a little unstable, but we don't judge.
God damn it, Sandy.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, she likes it. Don't look at me. I just like to watch.
Oh, okay.
We'll be the 5th and 6th people to go down on Candy.
That's why I'm watching.
Yeah.
So I did the opposite of what you did to me, Alkali. And instead of surprise putting a hat on someone, I actually said, like, hey, y'all, we are formalizing the position of co-chair. If you are interested, we can have some chats and see, if you're not utterly freaking scared, then you are dumb enough to do this.
And I was like, absolutely not. But here I am.
Well, it was absolutely not. I got no one saying yes, because so what's the summary of things you have to do? And I made the mistake of flashing the giant Trello board that runs this convention. And so then it was what? It was at a summer house party or something,
Yeah.
and
It was at Mackie's Shrek birthday
it
party.
was Mackie's Shrek birthday
Did
party.
you just say Shrek birthday
Shrek.
party?
Yeah, we got absolutely Shreked. We had TVs outside. It was for Mackie's birthday, his 30th. So we wanted to make it special, but we couldn't have people over really, quarantine. But it was summer, so we hooked up TVs outside because Mackie is a tech genius and made it happen.
So how many times did you hear All-Star? Is all I
So many. It was
God,
so
Hey.
Every time someone comes up, somebody is through the door. Every entrance.
Mackie has now replaced every door in his house since that party.
Yes. And there's still a Shrek mask on our mirror. And it says, be the Shrek you want to see in the world.
Oh my God, I love it.
It's terrifying at night. Still gets me.
It's
Nice light
terrible.
inside it.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, so you're at a party, you're listening to Shrek music, and you're kicking in doors, and then what happened?
And then Emil's like, hey, so can we chat? I'm like, sure, what did I do wrong now? And it was just these slow little questions of, okay, so not saying yes, definitely not saying yes. And that Trello board was really scary, but, and that was my opening.
It didn't even get through, but understood.
I'm like, oh, they're curious, they're doomed.
I got them. This is reel them in.
You dumped your toe into the shark tank. The piranhas have started to circle.
So now that you are here, though, and you are seen, so I always say, anyone who's seen me, especially this year, people were asking me on Wednesday, on Thursday, and on Friday during the day, Draggor, how are you? I'm like, I will exhale 1 hour after opening ceremonies. And I was saying this to Emil all along, you might actually feel genuine regret on Thursday because the chaos is going.
Oh, yeah.
It's shocking the first time. And then 24 hours later, you're sitting there going, no one's pinging me. The chats aren't blowing up. Staff is running around. Attendees are running around. And the con is happening. And in the best way possible, there is nothing you can do about it.
Ooh.
That moment
Yeah.
happened for me during this morning.
Took an extra day, huh?
It did, because I had to get Artist Alley all set up. But that's running smoothly now. I don't even have to be there because I have awesome people working for me. It's nice having people working for me. This is great. I just
Right?
call them up and be like, I need a thing. And then Wesky comes by on his little scooter. Oh, no, it was Echo on the little scooter. And, oh gosh, I felt so bad yesterday. I must have sent him back and forth at least 15 times for Artist Alley stuff. It's like, can I have this? The cord is wrong. Can I have another one? This other cord is wrong. Can I have another one? Can I have some tape? Thank you.
Hold on.
And he just scoops on up like, beep, beep. Yeah, sure.
Hold on, real quick. Just since you have all this stuff and you experience the joy of things running when you start it and just goes, I think we can take it to the next level. And Alkali loves Factorio. So conveyor belts. Come on, if you gotta run stuff.
Conveyor belt con, we can do this!
Okay. So, there is that underground light walkway at O'Hare.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
just have a con down there.
The underground con. Well, it'd be really close to an airport for once.
Yeah.
Let's get our fully automated space convention going on.
I need a drink. It's at the end of the escalator. Just wait.
Of course, if we became Conveyor Belt Con, like, Wally would be real. We'd just be drunken people standing. Oh my God, the
Can we put
legs.
wheels on this?
Oh my God, Conveyor Belt couch.
She gets around.
Remember when you go to water parks and it's just the lazy river? We just have the lazy conveyor belt going around the con, but it goes past the bar every time. She just, All right.
Coming up in 100 feet.
Now, Draggor, you've been doing this now for 9, we're in year 9 if you count the even counting our COVID year, right?
No, doesn't that make this 10?
I think it makes this 9, because we
Where's this
started at
9?
13, and this is 22.
Yeah, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
I didn't count the year. Okay, I didn't count the first year. This is our 10th year.
Whoa!
I honestly,
You don't count
in-person 9th. The virtual con was cool. This is the 9th in-person event.
I accept
That's
that.
very
Okay.
correct.
So that means you've been doing this for 9 years plus an online year, and you've actually been on our board for quite some time and been a volunteer for even longer and all that. You weren't at Convention Horror Stories last year, and now that you've been a chairman, you have a permanent invite to that panel. Do you have a convention war story yet? Do you have that moment that makes you go, ha, I've made choices, and you're not sure if they were good or bad?
Yes.
And that is how you say yes to that question. Please continue.
So, it all worked out. Well, it almost worked out. This year, the poster, Zanny, I couldn't let it die. Like, all the work that you put in the past years, and then Ascar, Rose, Swooper, like, Fishy, and if we're so close to 10 years too, like if it had gotten through 10 years and we cut off the poster, I guess, but come on. So a poster had to happen, but I couldn't put that on somebody else. I couldn't just be like, hey, you want to do this enormous poster for us for exposure?
It still breaks my brain that she
Yeah.
did that alone.
I don't know how you did that.
No one knows how. She doesn't know how she did that.
Well, when your mate's like, I'm starting a convention, like, what can I do? I guess I draw. And it's like,
Yeah, I was expecting like some door signage. Maybe, like, how about I just draw everyone at the con? I'm like, no. And you're like, too late. Love you.
So I I had this super organized Trello and stuff ready to go, ready to be filled in with all the poster people. Got the poster people a little late. That was on me. We did the poster in about a week and a half.
God!
I need to thank Ink Maven specifically for just taking charge of it and being like, you know what, no, we're gonna get it done. She did like the entire layout and all the little things hidden around, and even set up like some sketches and poses and stuff for us to just go in, like finish and fill up. So
Awesome.
between me, Sal, and Raina Cat, we finished that up, and now you can see it above the Conspiracy Corp board. Unfortunately, they're not here yet. I'm constantly refreshing my FedEx page. In fact, in karaoke last night, we sang Bloodhound Gang, and FedEx is one of the lyrics, and I just had a moment. I was like, God. just hearing FedEx right now, it just is.
Oh, good. First year's con chair, and you've already got PTSD for certain words. Excellent. Everything is coming together.
You just get a FedEx delivery to your door, like, no!
Take it back.
The delivery manager's like, every time I go, I hear tears coming from that apartment. I don't know how to feel about this.
So we got the poster done like as quickly as it possibly could. We were working nonstop for that week, and I found a place that would print them up, ship them to us in time, and I was like, you can get this to us in time, right? I had to cancel on another one because they were like, no, actually we can't. I was like, okay, moving on. Then they tell me it's all right, it's all good, it's getting a little closer. They're like, oh, paper shortage. And I was like, we can get them to you by the 19th. Tuesday. And I was like, this is useless to us now.
Oh.
So I was at work. I work at a school, and they had IOR testing this weekend, or whatever, some sort of testing. So I had some free time and was making all these calls to FedEx, to the printers, to whoever I could. And don't get me with the fucking bags. That's a whole different thing. Like, customs is a beast.
Not only is customs a beast, we have learned, there is a new thing we have learned, and I don't know if you know this, Alkali, or not.
Ooh, I love it.
So traditionally, because when we're normally in February, we have to do our ordering very specifically around the Chinese New Year,
Yes.
because a lot of the stuff that we would order comes from there, even though they're American-based companies.
Yes.
So we went and looked and said, these are made here, right? They're made and shipped here, right? And they said, yes.
Oh.
What are you about to tell me?
And yes, the assembly is here.
No way!
Come on.
Customs!
Holy shit! We have to ask so many stupid questions.
I mean, it's fun, because, and this is one of the cool things that you surprised me with one year is Visit Brookfield has done wonderful. I don't know if you all know this. The town of Brookfield noticed us without us doing anything. And I don't mean news or anything. The town of Brookfield went, it's been like 3 years in a row, and on this last weekend of February, we get more money.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't know what this is, but we would like to keep having this money spike in our dead winter in Wisconsin. Here's some stuff. You need bags, you need books, you need guides.
Dude, the first year was my favorite because, professional businesses, this is how it works. And I was aware of that, but I wasn't ready for an envelope with nothing else in it besides a check from Visit Brookfield made out to First. No information whatsoever. I'm like, are we getting bribed and to do what? And yes. Yeah, no, they genuinely love us. They've been trying to actually get us numbers, but the economic impact that this convention has on the immediate area is insane. We bring in a lot of external money, and they love us for that. So thank you all for being, consumers, I guess.
From Thursday night. All right, we don't need the glasses. We see consume everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Corporation thanks you.
I'm not gonna lie, I still want to see a bunch of fursuiters at the Whirly Ball across and stuff like that. Is it open or no?
Yeah, I did Whirly Ball yesterday.
I haven't. Oh, you
snuck
did it
away.
yesterday? Shh. Okay.
Okay, how injured are you?
I'm not injured, but one of my friends just kept getting hit and hit and hit. And same spot, it was bleeding at the end. Right, it was like our star players.
Yeah. For those who don't, those who don't know, Whirly Ball is bumper cars with lacrosse, and basketball.
And
What
at least in
else?
Chicago, alcohol.
Oh, and tons
and
of
alcohol.
alcohol. Yeah.
That is the only drunk driving I have ever done.
And it's like, oh, because bumper cars, like, this would be better if we could distract them from where they're looking. Let's add more things. This will be good for injury.
Oh, it's wild. It's such a fun game. Such
It
a
is.
fun game.
So,
It is.
anyway.
Demon.
What?
Anyway.
Wait.
Of course.
What?
Oh,
Wait.
yeah,
No,
I
it's,
understand.
Oh my God, it's FedEx.
could you stand up a second?
Oh. Oh, no!
Sorry, gotta go.
Demon knows how to make an exit. Give it up for your conchairman! Hold on. I just want to make sure they're out of earshot. And not my problem. Not my fucking problem. So that's my one, thank you. So running this convention for as long as we did, year one of First Squared, obviously, we went to all y'all and asked for your opinion right after year one of First Squared. Like, how did we do? Is there anything you want to change? The number one opinion from the attendees of year one First Squared was Alkali had to leave far too many panels. So we sat down, I was like, did I really do it that often? Dragger goes, did you leave this one? Like, yeah. Did you leave this one? Yeah. 80% of my panels I got called out of during year one of First Squared. It is so nice to have them be the con chairs, and I get to sit here and see their messages so I can go. Definitely worth leaving the panel for, and ha.
We need a signal like that. Whoa. What's going on?
So the good part about doing it, you talk, I can deal with my side through text. Do you have to talk though?
Oh, geez, okay. Yeah, you just
Entertain us.
It'll be fast. It's almost time. Oh my God, I love you. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. I think, but for anyone else who's coming up here, I believe Candy does have a back injury right now. I don't know what happened. I filled her up back. Well, that sounds bad. I filled her up back in the Pursuit Lounge, and everything was fine. And now she's a little deflated right now. So, anyone who might be behind the curtain, be careful.
Anyone who might be behind the curtain.
What?
be
You
careful.
gotta make it fun and like mysterious, because conspiracy.
Oh, red string.
Gay secrets.
It's been so long.
It has.
So here's a new fun gay secret for you.
Oh dear.
Yay!
We have to keep paper towels all over the house now because I'm sick of looby door handles. That's all it takes. Look, I'm done with this. All you gotta do, we're done. The house is clean. Also, I'm so sick of the hallway being a slip and slide. This is done. We're done here. Paper towels everywhere.
Look, if you do stuff, you got a loop hand, you got a free hand. You
Yep.
can't forget which is which.
Wrong hand. Oh my God. Our next guest, let's give it up for Chris the Comedy Bunny.
Sorry, Candy is a bit much right now, but
Oh, it's okay.
yeah.
She's a... Yeah.
Whoa, shit.
She's a simple girl. I can be into it.
Yeah.
Candy, chill. Come on.
She's still down to clown.
Oh, she's always down to clown until she's dead in the ground.
What?
Okay, I'll break it down to you. So when you're down to clown,
Yeah.
it means you are DTC or DTF, but clown is the mistake for F. I can't say F because you took the F.
Right. Okay. I'm following.
Okay, so that means when you're down to clown, you're DTF.
Okay.
So then when you're dead in the ground, it means until the day you die, you are DTF.
That is definitely not what I thought it meant. Hey, Zan.
Yes. What? No, oh no! Neck. Row. Philia. God damn it. This is what I live with.
I appreciate
He
that.
does that so often during the day.
Oh, also earlier you said it all comes together, and the first thing I thought was like a communist orgy.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
It made me happy. I was like, I need to say it.
That's a good one.
Look, you're gonna get in trouble, but it had to be done.
There were dots connected, and I was having an autism. I needed to say something.
Whoa, did you just call it an autism?
Yeah, that's what I called him.
Holy shit, Chris.
Yeah, it's really cute, right, guys? It's like,
All right, it's cute for now, but when that shows up in Webster's, I'm done.
it is a good way to describe yourself when you're having a moment, and you're like, guys, I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of an autism right now. Let me take care
that's
of it.
fair. I like
Yeah, like I said, it's good for self-ownership.
It's mine.
It's mine. My autism, you can't have it.
Oh, Chris, welcome back to the couch. It's always good to have you on the show.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we actually had
It's on Candy.
It was good to be back in person in First Squared, and me and Chris visited our old stomping grounds at the mall.
Oh yeah, okay, so Zan and I have a weird thing where like whenever we hang out, we like going and getting like mall chicken. We like to go mall ratting around and get mall chicken. So if you go to the mall over here, the mall place that has survived, it's like one of the two things that has survived COVID. It's like some weird pita place, and then this place, and it is simply called the Chinese Experience.
And we're just like, can they call it that? What is going on?
That's crazy. And then it's like, well, you want to go get the Chinese Experience? Or no, Zan was like, so you want to go get the Chinese Experience? And I was like, yeah, sure, I could learn to play the violin.
Oh my God, Chris!
It's terrible. I love
I
it.
love it so much.
And they were down to 2 items because fuck it. They did not care. Oh, you said you saw they were made to order, right?
Yeah, they're basically where they were like, oh, these white bitches are going to order 2 things, sesame chicken or General So. We're going to make a bunch of that, and then if somebody wants something exotic, that's white for racist.
Not yeah.
What the fuck?
We'll make it for you. But otherwise, we know what you want.
We were recently playing the new Mario Kart levels, and there's a town, and we're like, hey, what do we want to play? Which round? Which round? Like, let's go to Ninja Town, and this one yells out,
Oh, that sounds like something my grandpa would say. And we're like, Grandpa, no!
you can't call it Ninja Town.
Y'all you going getting sushi at Ninja Town? Grandpa, stop it!
It's called Little Tokyo. People live there.
So every time we see Ninja Town, I just lose it.
Well, no, because, yeah, it sounds like some casual finger food racism shit.
Right?
It's like, hey, what are you kids playing? Some of them ninja, you're in Ninja Town, right? Dad, it has a name.
At the halfway mark, we just want to remind everyone just who's up here and how to find us. Don't forget to follow the First Square Twitter account. It's always good you're at the con. It's something you want to know. There's good information coming out there. Chris, could you tell them your current projects and where they can find you?
Currently, right now, I'm working on my own. It is an animated, I struggle to say this, but it is an animated television show that I'm making by myself. Animated is a loose word, but it's the word that's accurate.
I like it.
But it is making my own animated cartoon. Episode 2 is out. Episode 3 is coming out. Or I'm up to episode 2. Episode 3 is out. It's called Grind Cove. You can find it on YouTube, and the channel is just Comedy Bun. So just look up Comedy Bun or Grind Cove, and you should be able to find it. I did a good job with that. I made sure it was findable.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Check it out.
Yeah.
And let me just say, like, it's animated. It qualifies. Let me tell you, lip sync is for suckers. You don't want to do that shit.
Well, that's my thing. I'm just like, screw it. If the mouth is open, words are coming out.
Yeah, anime makes so much sense now. Like, maybe 2 to 3 frames, loop those fuckers over and over.
Make it happen.
Right?
You know how fucking happy the line producer was on Thundercats, and they're like, so wait, you're telling me at least half of our episode is just reused footage of him going thunder, thunder, thunder? And it's like, yeah, that is amazing. Yes, it's 50 cents an episode.
That is such a downer when you realize how many corners get cut you didn't notice as a kid. You know? Like, oh,
That was us watching Voltron. At one point, they start the transformation. I watched them pull out their cell phone, like timing it. Like, all right, so on average, we have spent 2 days of our lives watching that thing turn into a thing. They're like, yeah, that's about right.
That's when we get a Remember the Time episode.
Oh,
Remember the time when... Those are so many, right?
Oh yeah, well okay, that's just one of my favorite. The clip show concept is my favorite thing because it's literally one of two things. The reason a clip show got made is one of two reasons. One, shit, we didn't plan our budget properly for the season.
Yeah.
Or two, the next episode is going to be a big deal.
Oh, right. You got that in Game of Thrones. Like, nothing would happen forever, and just like all the explosions happen.
Well, that's the thing with a lot of, like, that's why the first 2 seasons of Star Trek Next Gen end on clip shows. Their season finales are clip shows.
Yeah.
I think
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
I don't know if it's the first or second, but one of them is just Riker remembering all the aliens he almost fucks. Yes.
Holy crap.
Well, he's like dying on a bed.
I mean, if you're gonna go.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like the clear, like, so we have like $10. How do we give our season finale for Star Trek?
All right, put Riker in medbay. No, that's too much. How about a bed?
All right,
Just
here's the
film Riker
plot.
for 10 minutes, and then we'll cut in between it.
So the Enterprise finds Riker's OnlyFans, and they go over. It's like, oh, what's this here? It just plays you. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
That Riker maneuver?
Oh no!
I also really like holodeck episodes because it allows them to use the shit that they had on the Paramount a lot.
Wait, what?
The what?
Okay, so a lot of the holodeck episodes, also because like, all these things get made because of line producer choices because it's all cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of holodeck episodes, and the reason like very few of them are set in any modern location outside of the copyright, having to pay copyright versus. But
Yeah.
another huge aspect of it is it was owned by a company. They were shooting it on a lot. And then right next door, they had a bunch of fucking Roman gear from some Roman movie.
Holy shit.
And they're like, can we borrow that?
Huh.
Like, we got a stage. Data's gonna tap dance, right?
And so, like I said, they're like, let's go to Rome. That's what the original Star Trek was. That's why there's a cowboy planet.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
that kind of makes sense.
That's my favorite part about it because I really want them to go back in other things. So, like, what does a modern cowboy planet look like? Did it maintain its cowboy aesthetic up into the 20,000s?
No,
Yeah.
it's just Mars from the Expanse.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I like.
Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
It's weird. Do you know Cowboys of Moo Mesa is actually a post-apocalyptic show?
Whoa! And everyone's cows, and the humans are dead.
Well, no, the cows are the mutated. Yeah, they're the
Oh.
mutated humans. Moo Mesa. Okay, so Cowboys of Moo Mesa. There's a lot of context here. Cowboys of Moo Mesa was an '80s cartoon that was made on the heels of the popularity of the Ninja Turtles. This one's gimmick was they were anthropomorphic cows. Most of them were like buff fuck me daddies. And the main one shot like Ranger stars out of his gun because you can't shoot real bullets out of a gun because guns are bad unless they're shooting stars. So, I'm adding too many details. Anyways,
Anyway.
sorry to be so
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. So, this whole thing is just a traditional Western about a guy who can't do it anymore, but he gets pulled back into being a sheriff in a new town. And then, but all of this doesn't matter, because it's just a stupid cartoon from the 80s to sell Moo Mesa toys. But the key that is never addressed, never talked about, and it's just a thing that they put in the fucking Bible of the show, is that Moo Mesa is actually just the only place that is above like radiation in a World War or a Cold War torn nuclear wasteland around them, and all of the animal people are anthropomorphized animals from the radiation. But that's never addressed in the show. It's just
Really?
in the Bible.
Wow.
So are you telling me Adventure Time is just Moo Mesa to the next level?
Yeah, well, if they weren't allowed to like kind of talk about it.
The unspoken truth.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of cartoons, because these people are creative people, but like they don't get to talk about half the shit because they're like, well, that's not appropriate, or standards and practices won't let us do that, or the kids, whatever any of that means. A lot of these things have 1,000 details that you're like, what?
Yeah.
Outstanding.
There's an episode of the Ghostbusters. One of the details about the early seasons of the real Ghostbusters cartoon is that the writing staff watch Ghostbusters every day before their writing session.
Oh
I
my.
heard that. Is that real?
Yes.
Oh my
They
God.
were just like, gotta watch Ghostbusters to make sure we can maintain the tone.
Oh my.
I would never be able to eat a Twinkie again.
Oh, and then they also have there's an episode where they wrote about the Grundle. The Grundle is a pedophile. Okay, so there's an episode of Real Ghostbusters about a creepy man in a trench coat who's like a green, like melty man, who looks kind of just like a weird green scrotum. And his name is, and he's the Grundle. And his whole thing is he finds naughty boys and he goes into their window and then he turns them into a Grundle. And it's weird. Also, they can throw fire. But that's really not that big of a deal aside from the third act. So anyways, this little boy who's like adopted and he hates that he's adopted is all like, I can't believe I'm adopted. And then the other boy's like, no, it's great. We have race car beds. And he's like, oh, I'm still adopted. So he's all like, I hate being adopted because my parents hate me because they didn't want me. And then the Grundle is like, yes, yes. Let me in!
Was it like a faux Vincent Price too, of course?
No. He had a full-on like, yes, I'm the Grundle. I'm the Grundle. Let me in.
Okay, now you just sound like Boozy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
So the big final act is the kid's getting turned into a Grundle, and he wants to turn his brother into a Grundle, and the other Grundle's just kind of standing there watching.
Okay, this is.
Yeah. So, anyways, you're watching this episode, and you're like, that Grundle's like that Grundle molested that kid, right? You're like, yes, like that happened. But the whole time you're like, no. And then I have a book that talks about these sorts of things. And in that particular episode, entirely like not connected to anything, because I just watched that episode with a friend. And then like a month later, I bought that book, and I was like, holy shit, there's an article about the Grundle in here. And the guy was like, yeah, it's about a pedophile. We wanted to do like a pedophile thing, but then we got yelled at by standards and practices, so we made a not pedophile. But yeah. That guy's like absolutely trying to molest that kid.
Holy shit.
Jesus. And I thought the episode that was weird was, it's funny, I should have put it in Saturday Morning Cartoons because I forgot about this. For conspiracy, I could have used, there's an episode, they fight Cthulhu?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Like, and his cult and everything? Like, I'm like, what?
The real Ghostbusters fought Cthulhu and his cult.
For realsies. Like,
There's an episode later on in the there's an episode later on in the series where they actually get teleported by a toon demon into a not Wile E. Coyote.
What the
what the hell?
Yeah, and the animator that they're trying to help, who's like haunted or trapped in his own cartoon, is actually the creator of the real Ghostbusters.
They got real with that, huh?
Well, it's the real Ghostbusters.
I've been watching BoJack Horseman, Adventure Time, Dead Space, or Final Space. Watching all this, like, wow, they're really going this dark and great. Apparently, 80s cartoons had them all beat. Holy shit!
Cocaine.
Oh, cocaine.
Like
Jesus.
and again, the whole thing was you can get away with a lot more because there was a lot of cocaine, and also as long as you were selling toys, don't give a shit.
And then, what all ruined it is they had to put a lesson at the end? Or was that?
No, that's other things, and it doesn't necessarily ruined it. It just got weirder and more complicated. No,
Right.
What really happened with the real Ghostbusters? They lost funding for some reason, and then they tried their best to they tried to do a spin-off because they were running out of money. And the spin-off was called Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, or in the Ghostbusters Jr.
Was this the one with the ape?
No.
That's why they had to be called the Real Ghostbusters, because they started as the Ghostbusters cartoon.
Well, the Ghostbusters cartoon was actually owned by Hanna-Barbera.
That's it, yeah.
Because Hanna-Barbera was just like, we'll throw every dart at every wall and a couple will stick. That was Hanna-Barbera's literal model. They're like, whatever, make it work. That's why there's 20 different versions of Scooby-Doo. Not different versions of Scooby-Doo. I mean, different variants that are the Scooby-Doo formula that are literally just banned into Scooby-Doo scripts. That they're like, what if we change the dog to a werewolf? Yeah, okay, we can do that.
Oh my
I
god.
think one had a shark that's
Yeah,
something like
Jabberjaw,
Curly,
yeah.
right? That'd be the same deal.
Yeah.
Jabberjaw, yeah.
There's one that sounds a lot like they live in Ninja Town called the Chan Clan.
Oh, I forgot about
It's
that.
real awkward.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so like I said, they made a show called The Real Ghostbusters, which is a bunch of random shit that went around and I believe solved mysteries. Scooby-Doo style.
Scooby-Doo style.
Yep, and then so then the Ghostbusters came out as a show, and they were like, we need to make a Ghostbusters cartoon, and they're like, oh no, somebody has the copyright to the Ghostbusters cartoon, and then they were like, hey Hanna-Barbera, can we do that? And then they're like, no, that's our show, and they're like, yeah, but it's like not you'd make money on it. They're like, no, but it's our show, and they're like, oh, okay, I guess. And they're like, we're the real Ghostbusters.
I'd be pissed if I was the other Ghostbusters. Like, what the hell does that make us then? What the? Where to go? Yes. Oh, yes. We have a final guest. I don't know if they're here right now yet. I know Sin. Oh, there they are.
There they are.
Yeah, we have one more guest. The guest of honor.
Yeah.
Please give it up for Sin. Be careful. The couch is a little weird. Sorry. Hold on. Let me see if I. Oh, okay.
See if I can squeeze them.
You can do
We
it.
got it. We got it. I believe in all of us.
I can try to adjust. Yeah. Let me try to adjust the mic for you for a
Yeah,
second.
she's spicy.
Yeah.
She is feisty.
I'll stay on
Her
this
back
one.
is injured. It was fine before the count, but
Someone threw out her back.
she did. Here you go.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
You're the guest of honor for Squared. We are so grateful that you are here.
Yes.
Now, why don't you take a moment and tell everyone what you do and where they can find you?
Oh, well, I draw big buff furries a lot.
Oh yeah.
Clear and concise. I like it.
I have one thing I'm good at, and that's it. I'm on Twitter at Sin Vomits, and I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi. Yay.
Thank you. Yeah, I've seen your work. It's wonderful. So thank you for joining us. And I know you were really nervous about coming up here and stuff, but seriously, thanks for coming up. It's really.
I'm really socially awkward.
Oh, because none of us are.
It's a furry fandom. Come on.
Everyone's a corner kid. It's all good.
Yeah.
I hide my awkwardness in the top hat, and then it spills out into comedy and tears.
We're all still recovering from the stuff like the real Ghostbusters.
Sounds awesome.
It sounds
Like I'd watch it.
It's really good. It holds up so well.
It's weird that though, like, there's like, oh yeah, we're the real Ghostbusters, but we're gonna make the characters look completely different than their actors. Like that part is always kind of weird, right?
Well, not really. I mean,
Not completely different, but
no,
there's
I
always,
feel like they did a pretty good job, emulating them over.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they had to watch the Ghostbusters before every writing session.
True.
And hope they'd capture their writing voice.
What's screwed with my head is Peter Venkman was Garfield, and I was like, oh, you know how like the voice actor thing, and it all came back together when Peter Venkman was played by Bill Murray in Ghostbusters, and Garfield played Peter Venkman in the cartoon. So when the Garfield came out in theaters, guess who played fucking Garfield?
no.
Bill fucking Murray. Yes.
Murray was Garfield?
Yeah.
No, I blocked that one out.
The real reason, okay, so Bill Murray is an interesting person because he doesn't have an agent. You can just, when you call Bill Murray to do a role, you're literally just calling his cell phone.
Yeah, I've heard this.
And so he'll turn down any role regardless of anything. And so, and so basically somebody gave him the Garfield script, and he saw that it was written by a Coen brother, not the Coen brothers, just a Coen brother, and he was like, oh wow, I like their movies, I could do that. And then he got in the booth, and then he read the script, and he was like, oh no, I'm in a dumb cash grab.
Oh, I would get excited too if I thought the Coen brothers were doing Garfield.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was an easy mistake.
So, we're up here talking about cartoons. What's your favorite cartoon? Which ones have you just sat back and vegged to?
Okay, guys, watch Rise. watch Rise of the Ninja Turtles. It's so good. The animation's beautiful. I love obsessing
Is that new?
over it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they made more Ninja Turtles.
Yes, it's so good, and it got canceled because of that. But it is coming out with a movie. I don't know when, but the animation is sick.
Yeah, I think I saw that where is that 2D, right?
Yeah, it's 2D.
Because I saw it.
The intro is like super dynamic, and they have different character-ish, like they have different I would say personalities now, but like Leo is more loose and Donnie is a gremlin, and it's perfect.
Donnie is a gremlin?
Yeah, a gremlin, like an intelligent gremlin.
Oh, he's fun.
Like
Really?
like tasing his brothers when he wants to experiment on like seeing if it works.
Zan, we found a new show! Yes! We are totally watching that.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'll watch that. Hell yeah! And it's so good because you're so used to the animation buddies getting the load blown on the intro, and there's nothing when you watch the show. It's just like when you get the actual show, right?
Yeah, it's everywhere. That animation's beautiful.
I would get that with X-Men, right? Because X-Men, oh my god, so many frames, everything, and there's like Professor X.
Oh man, Turtles was my jam. I watched that growing up. My father would sit down, Saturday morning, reading his paper, grumble a little bit, fold it up. That turtle needs to invent a can opener and then just leave the room. That's not the solution, Dad. And then there was the episode that Donatello made the can opener. He wins.
Donatello does machines. It's in the song.
Now, did you guys watch the 2003?
Was that I actually liked that one. Was that the 3D one with TMNT?
No, that's 2012. 2003 is the.
That was the Fox one, right? Where they were there was a mix. It was kind of that mix between Saturday morning cartoon and also a wild anime influence thing.
Yeah.
They eventually went to I think one of their eventual spin-offs was Back to the Future. I think where they were in the future, they were in the super future, and they had a robot buddy.
Yeah, it's a crazy cartoon. I need to rewatch it.
TMNT Fast Forward.
Yeah, that's what it was called. Fast Forward.
Fast Forward? I've never heard of
In the
it.
future.
Yeah,
Okay.
TMNT, we ran out of ideas.
Yeah.
TMNT, we need to shake it up. We're on season 7.
Yeah.
It's in space.
It's okay.
Space Turtles.
Like you were saying, we got the set, we're gonna run with that. That's why I always liked, just real quick, Quantum Leap, that concept, if you've ever seen the show, they can do anything they want. Just, a doctor just warps into a body, and we just do any plot we want.
Exactly.
It was brilliant. I hated how brilliant it was.
It's infuriating how easy it works.
Isn't that kind of like Doctor Who, too? They kind of take that type of...
Doctor Who turned the moon into an egg, and I still loved it. That show can do no wrong. I hate how much I love that show.
Wait, it was an egg the whole time?
It was an egg the whole time. And they're going to destroy the whole planet. They're letting the egg hatch. Guess what this baby does? Lays an egg. Moon is still there. I'm like, the Simpsons would be so proud. No matter what happens, at the end of the episode, everything is still fine. The tides are okay and people are dying, even though there's a guy that controls time. Fine. It's fine.
From now on, whenever I see the movie, just be like, egg, egg, egg.
Egg.
You are a ferret, so that makes sense.
I'm stealing the
One of my
moon.
favorite characters in the world.
Say again?
I'm sorry, I was stuck in my own world. Casey Jones is one of my favorite characters in the entire world.
Yes!
Because he's literally just he's a poor man's Punisher. He's a poor man's Batman.
Yes.
He's literally if you took a stoner and the stoner's I'm gonna be Batman. And then he does it.
I loved how he was in the original series. He was like, "Stop, lawbreaker," and it's just kind of crazy.
He's I can do this. He's I got a stick. I can do this. Yeah. I don't remember which iteration of Casey Jones it is, but it's my favorite version of his lore. In that the reason he knows martial arts is just because he watched enough Bruce Lee movies enough. And I'm that is the dumbest reason in the entire planet. but I love it to death.
Incorrect. That is not the dumbest reason on the entire planet, and here is why. One time I was driving home from work. A guy cut me off. I slammed on my brake, turned the wheel, barely missing him, going into incoming traffic, got around the incoming traffic, regained control of the car, and then drove on. You know why? Because that was the week I allowed myself to play Grand Theft Auto. It works! You have more confidence, and you will try it. And yeah, you're probably gonna die, but if you don't, you get a television series.
I mean, you're not wrong. I remember one time I was with a friend of mine, because I'm from Michigan, so you just kind of drive in the middle of a tundra. People in Wisconsin get it. And so, like you said, you're driving in the middle of a tundra, and you're just driving on an icing, and my friend's like sliding left and right, and he's like, and I'm like, you're really handling this well. He's like, I played a fuck ton of Mario Kart. And that was shit, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, okay.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Right? You just gotta learn how to apply it. Dad.
Oh, so.
Well, we have about 5 minutes left. I just want to remind you guys, this is the Dragget Show. It is brought to you by Alkali and Zanny. You can find us on Twitch, where we will be streaming 4 times a week, starting with Sunday brunch and announcing our schedule every day, 11:30 a.m. on Twitch. Alkali and Zanny present the Dragget Show. I have to do that now once per show. I'm so sorry. This is just a thing now.
It's just a thing you do. It's fine.
That being said, if you would also like, we have a Patreon at what level are these? I always forget.
$10.
This is the $10. At the $10 level, they become the question master. So we do have some questions. We're going to see how many we can get through.
Let's do it.
Starting with Status the Ferret, who gave us our opening song. One more time, give it up for Status. Thank you so much for your support. Status asks, Status asks, hello, it's been a rough week. Do you have any advice for keeping your sanity? We've just gone through COVID. We were gearing up for conventions. We're all coming back into the world at this point. What do you all do to keep sanity?
I just draw until night, until like 3 in the morning. And
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's hyperfixations kind of make me like go into drawing, and so that's how I keep calm. And then I look at the 3 a.m. and I'm like, okay, time to go to bed.
Hold on. So you're saying you get stressed out and you draw. You draw, which makes art. You make art, which makes money. You're selling your stress for money? We are kindred spirits. I love you. Chris, how do you keep it, tight
Together.
Essentially that. It's the way I look at it is just put it in your work, your life. Not like your work, but just remain honest with yourself. If you're stressed out, if you're freaked out, and I don't know, you have to go to work, fucking own it. Like, your feelings are valid, you're allowed to have them, and you don't have to make it everyone else's problem, but you don't have to be dishonest with yourself. Just own it and you'll work through it.
Zanny?
Not run a fur con? I don't know.
All right, that's amazing, because my answer was about to be run a fur con. How are we together?
I mean, I was around you when that was happening, so I'll feel better when it's over, and then we can focus on doing Dragget Show and Alkali and Zanny stuff from. So I'm gonna be doing, we'll be doing that, but with that.
Excellent.
Yeah. So.
No, with everything that's happened lately, obviously the stress kind of got to me, and I realized the best way to deal with it is like, wow, you know what? I need a fur con. So let's just stream. So we just keep inviting you guys into our studio and yelling at you through a camera. And genuinely, that helps more than anything else. Just remember that all of you wonderfully supportive people are out there and barely throwing tomatoes at us. So thanks.
Barely missing.
All right,
Gotta shoot too.
2 minutos.
With 2 minutes, I think, that is, we're not gonna be able to do one of these. So, what's up?
Chris, stop moving the mic.
Yes.
Hang on. Fix it.
We're going to do a quick fire out to the audience. If you have any questions left for our last 2 minutes, give us some quick ones to answer. Yes, in the back?
Did I ever get your show on vinyl?
Am I going to put the show on vinyl? Dude, look how fat I am. I'm not allowed to skip. So no, it's not going to show up on vinyl.
put on 80s cassette, that's good enough for me.
You can put a Milestone podcast on vinyl, just for fun.
You know, my parents still have an 8-track player, and I quote, "We like the ability to skip entire songs." If you don't know this, 8-tracks have a skip button because they do have little things on the 8-track that, like, CDs can do that to the exact song. My father, I don't need anything that fancy.
If I get an audio snob to put us on vinyl and like you could really hear Alkali's earthy tones right on his hand, I'd be so happy.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. All right, so I need to know, when are you going to put your art on vinyl?
Oh jeez.
You tell me.
Laserdisc.
Laser, it's the future. Beta, thank you. Betamax.
Put on Laserdisc, we can show it to science classes around the country. That's the only place we'll ever use that goddamn thing. You know what I'm talking about.
All right. We are at the end, so to finish it off, obviously we are too late to do a charity story. Just remember why we are all here, and I will still give you a story. Some of you might have heard it before. This weekend's charity is the Pause Group, the Humane Society of Wisconsin. They have been with us since the beginning. They are amazing people with an amazing goal. If you can help, please give, and if you can't, don't worry about it. We are the furry fandom, and they're going to be taken care of. So before I give you that final story, let's give it up for our guest. Give it up for Chris the Comedy Bunny!
Give it up for Sins!
Let's hear it for Zanny the Blue!
And of course, let's give it up for Alkali!
So you don't need to turn your cameras off for this one. We're just going to give you, because we were talking about old technology. Year 2, I believe, of First Square. It is finally the end of the night. It is very few of us in the suite upstairs. We are winding down. And as we're sitting there, we hear a noise from the door in the suite and get to the door just in time to see little white squares being slid under the door.
Wait, Alkali.
Yes?
You don't get to call baby first, that's not cool.
God damn it.
Damn.
Well,
Don't be mean.
we pick up these little white squares, flip them over, and see they are pictures, red tinted, of the inside of my room.
Oh God.
We're all standing like, what the fuck? My buddy, who knows of it, runs to the door, opens it, turns back to me, there's no one there! And we end the night closing the door, kind of sat around, like, that's funny. How do you think they did that? Like, do you think they took pictures in their own room and then red tinted them? Like, dude, that's my suitcase. That's my suitcase in there. That's my suitcase in there. I don't know what's going on. The next day, my buddy comes to me. He's like, hey, did you know we have the same suitcase? He's like, you asshole! I love you all to death. Thank you for making me live significantly shorter. We have been the Dragget Show. Thank you to our guests. Find us all on our social medias and join the con, and good night.
You can find us on Twitch TV, Alkali and Zanny. So looking for us there.
You guys rock.
I got handed a bottle of sketchy candy. Now I'm just gonna do that.
I'm sorry, that's called drugs. Enjoy it.
Drugs.
It's slugs. It's slugs. We got slugs.